Welcome. Today you're going to be learning about right-angled triangles and Pythagoras theorem. So what is a right-angled triangle? A right-angled triangle is a triangle in which two of the sides are forming an angle of 90 degrees. In the diagram on the screen, you can see that this side and this side are forming an angle of 90 degrees with each other. So that makes the triangle on the screen a right-angled triangle. So each side in a right-angled triangle has its own special name, and two of those sides are named relative to the angle theta. Okay, let's look at this side to start with. Compared to the angle theta, this side is on the opposite side of angle theta. So this side is called the opposite. And this side, you can see that it is next to the angle theta, or you can say that it is adjacent to the angle theta. So this side is called the adjacent side. And last, the longest side on the right angle triangle, this side is called the hypotenuse. So those are the special names of the sides in a right angle triangle. So Pythagoras theorem, what does it have to do with right angle triangle? Pythagoras theorem basically allows us to calculate any of these sides if we are given the other two. So what does Pythagoras theorem state? It basically states that the hypotenuse squared is equal to the opposite squared plus the adjacent squared. So what it means is that if you are given the hypotenuse and the opposite, you'll be able to calculate the adjacent from Pythagoras theorem. If you are given the opposite and the adjacent, you'll be able to calculate the hypotenuse from the Pythagoras theorem. So let's try to use Pythagoras theorem to solve a question. So in this question, we're being asked to find the value for x, which is the length of the longest side in the right angle triangle. So before we do that, we're going to need to name the sides that we see in the right angle triangle. And starting with this side, which is the longest side on the right angle triangle, we said that that's the hypotenuse. And the side, which is 3 units long, is on the opposite side of the angle theta. So this side is the opposite side. And the last one, which is 4 units, is next to the angle theta. So this side must be the adjacent side. So we're given a right angle triangle where we have the length of two sides, and we are being asked to find the third side. From what we talked about earlier, it is possible for us to use Pythagoras theorem to solve this question. So what does Pythagoras theorem state? We say that it says the hypotenuse squared is equal to the opposite squared plus the adjacent squared. And our hypotenuse, it has a length of x. So this will give us x squared is equal to the opposite squared. The opposite has a length of 3. So that is 3 squared plus the adjacent squared, which has a length of 4. So we get plus 4 squared. So simplifying that, we are going to get x squared is equal to 3 squared, which is 9, plus 4 squared, which is 16. We then simplify that further. We get x squared is equal to 9 plus 16, we get 25. To find the value for x, we're going to need to find the square root of both sides. So this will give us the square root of x squared, we get x, and the square root of 25, we're going to get 5. So x is equal to 5. So what this means is that this side is equal to 5 units. So that is how you use Pythagoras theorem to find the third side in a right angle triangle when you are given the other two sides. Thank you.